Choice, our People's Choice Top 100 Games of All Time.
Hey everyone, my name is Tom Vasel.
I am Zee Garcia. What's up?
It's a direction, Z. I'm Sam Healey.
Okay.
Way to bring down the beginning of the episode there, Healy. All right, we're talking about the People's Choice Top 100 Games. We are now up to number 40, so these games can be nothing but amazing, and yet we have a couple new ones that we'll be talking about. Number 40, though, has been on the list for 3 years. Last year was 24. Now it's 40. This is one of the heaviest Euro games on the list. That is Terra Mystica. Now, I know that, to be fair, I know that none of the three of us are fans of the game because it's too heavy for you guys, and for me, I just didn't feel it. I don't know how else to say it. I just felt soulless. That's what you say often. However, I do know this game has its fans. For a while in our game group, there were guys who played it every time.
Take a nap real quick.
Whatever. Don't let these guys bum you out. If you like Terra Mystica, you go.
Yeah,
Just
you
realize
go.
there's a lot of better
You
games
go.
out there,
There's
though.
a
But
table
hey.
right over there. You can go over there and play.
All right, well, let's bring you guys back with a new entry at number 39, Cash and Guns 2,
There we go.
All right.
which you still haven't
Now
played.
the fun has
Well,
come
we'll
back.
back I have not played, but I played the first one, and this is, while different, based on Cash and Guns, which I like.
This is really weird that you still, it's like it's been out for a year and you still haven't played it.
It's all right.
All right, Cash and Guns 2 took the Cash and Guns and streamlined it, which I didn't think was necessary.
Right.
But now that they've done it, I was like, yeah, that works. So I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'll play it at some day.
Number 38 has been on the list for 3 years. Last year was 17.
Oh.
Still very popular cooperative game. That is Robinson Crusoe.
Ooh, wow, okay. Okay. Yeah, it's your turn to take a nap, because you haven't played, have you? You meanie. That's what happens when you're a jerk to me.
Whoa! Oh, I'm in between you guys.
I'm scared, Papa.
All right. Hang on.
Take a break here, all right.
Now you don't get to play. Robinson Crusoe, a very complicated cooperative game. I'm still surprised you'd like it because it's one of the most complex games of the cooperative genre.
It is, but it's also highly thematic.
That's true.
And I think that makes the difference. I don't mind a game being, there's a point where too much is too much, but I don't mind a game having complexity when that ties into a rich story, tension, involvement, things like that. This game's really, really complicated, but at the end of the day, really what's happening is you're taking these cubes and turning them into these cubes. Except we're going to make you do it through 11 steps instead of 2. No.
All right, well, we're in a cooperative zone here.
There we go.
One better than Robinson Crusoe. Also on the list for 3 years, Hanabi at 37.
Wow. That's high.
That is pretty high. There's just some people telling me like Hanabi was a mistake, that the Shivas guys picked it, blah, blah, blah. But this game gets a lot of love. It's one of the more well-received games out there. You may not like it, and I think it's a decent game. I don't think I'm not loving on it. So it's fun. But people play it.
It's a very original game. You have to admit, it's one of the more original games that is a deck of cards.
I won't argue
For a
that.
deck of cards, it's near brilliant design, truly. And you got to give it that.
And staying on the cooperative kick here, another one that's been on the list for 3 years. Last year was 21, now it's at 36. That's Legendary Marvel.
Okay, cool.
Good.
Now I wondered, let me quick check because I'm pretty sure.
No, Pandemic hasn't shown up yet. It's better than all of these yet.
First, that's garbage. Shut up.
That's what you're looking for,
No, I was seeing if the other legendaries showed up, and they don't believe they were on the list at all, which surprised me because I really
The
thought Legendary Aliens
Oh, I see.
would show up and be pretty high on the list because it gets a lot of love. Maybe next year we'll see it with the Predator one out too, or maybe enough people got too tired of sorting the cards out and stopped playing them both. Who knows?
Could be it.
Legendary Marvel, a lot of fun deck building cooperative game.
Yep.
Here's a big drop. This next game was number 2, then 3, then 7, then 7, now 35.
That's weird.
Well, it's probably 35 for the same reason Le Havre is 101. Agricola, down to 35. Why could that be? We may all wonder.
Keep on slipping.
Pandemic.
No.
The dwarf expansion to pandemic.
Yes, the dwarf expansion to pandemic. Anyhow, I think Agricola is still a very good game. I think it's been replaced for me, and I think other people are starting to agree.
Yeah.
However, it still obviously has a lot of fans to be that high.
Right.
Number 34 keeps going up. 75, 66, 34. It's a pirate-themed game. And this one is putting citadels down, and that's Libertalia.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
That's good.
Because that's amazing. The fact that this, ultimately, this little game that could sort of, is still climbing.
Right.
Because Libertalia has lots of chances to sort of fade into the background. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a pirate game in a really crowded pirate game field. It's a card game. It could fade away, but it's not, because it's a really, really good game. And that just makes me happy to see that.
Good.
Good job, people. And no more garbage for anybody anymore, except Sam, maybe.
Good, because number 33,
Yeah, you're going to bring the garbage, right?
no, it's not. You like this game. Was 37 last year, 76. This one keeps moving up, just like it's been moving up on my list into my top 10, and that's Kemet.
This
And
is garbage, people.
This one's going to be even higher next year.
This is
You
garbage,
watch.
folks. Y'all making mistakes.
Kemet is just one of those games that when people play it, they're like, wow, what a combination
Wow.
of stuff.
I just could have played Cyclades.
Uh-huh. Oh,
instead-
wait, when's Cyclades coming? Oh, it's not on the list.
Spoilers,
Wow,
man.
Spoil much?
That's not spoilers. That is spoilers. I don't
Yeah,
care.
it is.
I don't care. I
cold.
just want Z to be sad.
Ice cold.
He just wants to.
I know, right?
Kemet.
He's on
Kemet's a
Team-
great game.
Team Sam
Ignore
right now.
these guys.
Keep a man down.
Number 32 has been on the list for 5 years. Actually, it hasn't been. It's only been on the list for 2 years. I used to keep track of games over 100. So it was 121, 141, 134. I'm now too tired to keep track of games that far.
Okay.
But it's been, it moved up to 32, and that's Jaipur. Weird, huh? The two-player trading game. Jaipur is number 32.
I don't know why. I mean, I like it a lot. I've sort of been showing it off, but
Oh, he's taking credit.
no, I'm not. You know,
Yeah,
actually, I think what I think
Passive
this is.
aggressive taking credit.
I'll tell you what I think this is, and this is sort of taking credit in a passive-aggressive way, actually. I showed this game to Dan King, like, a year ago. And I think he did a video for it, which he, gushed about it, and then it was, in his top games of all time. That might be it. 'Cause I can't think of anything else it could be. Did it just get a reprint?
A lot of reviews were done about it, I think, in the last year.
That could be it. I mean, maybe that's it. I don't know. Anyway, it was thanks to me. That's all I'm saying.
Well, number 31 is thanks to me. And that's number 31 is the first time it's on the list. That's a pretty high debut, actually. Sheriff of Nottingham.
Cool.
Wow.
And I'm just, this is the first game in the Daystar Essentials. I'm very proud of it. I really am. We played it at the convention last week, and I was like, yeah, this is a good game. Every time I play it, I have a blast.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun. So I take pride in that. Number 30, the game that knocked Agricola down to 35 and knocked La Havre off the list. The powerhouse Caverna. Now, this debuted last year at 20. Now it's down to 30, which I think is probably where it will stay. I think it would do better. Mayfair it's like their redheaded stepchild. They have this really great game,
Right.
and they barely talk about it.
Yeah. And it's not getting an expansion, which I know a lot of people are clamoring for.
I'm still kind of mind-boggled. There's no expansion to the game. I get it.
Anything, just to put it back on people's tables.
All right. Well, here we go. Into the top 30 now. Number 29 has been on the list for 5 years. 26, 28, 25, 22, 29.
It's 20s.
It's a great party game called Dixit. I do like Dixit.
Dixit, again, I've said it before, it's just a really unique party game. I can't think of another one that you can say, well, except now, finally, with Mysterium. But that took a while. There's no other game for many, many years that you could be like, oh, it's like Dixit, but this. No. It was so different that I think that's why it's, people like it.
I really enjoy it. All right, number 28. Started at number 9, been on the list for 5 years, stays pretty strong. I think it will be knocked out by its younger brother at some point. And you guys already asked if this was on the list, and it is Race for the Galaxy.
Yes.
That's really it's
Pretty
a lot
strong.
Higher.
Called it.
It's a lot higher than Roll.
It is, but it's only been out for a year, and the people who like Race for the Galaxy go to bed with the box at night. They really do. It's like, Race for the Galaxy. I mean, it's a game people
It's
love.
sleeved. Don't worry, it's sleeved. It's funny.
Always the extra step, see.
Why? It's
Jason did.
All right, number 27, one better than Race for the Galaxy, was 27 last year too. That is X-Wing Miniatures. And I'm really glad about this one. I'll tell you why. Because this won the Dice Tower Game of the Year award.
Yes.
And we got a lot of garbage from some
got a
people
lot
saying,
of garbage about
oh, how can that be the best game, blah, 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 blah. But it is obviously a game tons of people like.
Right.
And it's not just because it's Star Wars, because there are tons of Star Wars games. And in fact, there was a Star Wars miniatures games from Wizards of the Coast, which isn't even in the top 1,000.
Right.
No.
This game is really well done. It's been copied twice by the D&D Attack Wing and the Star Trek Attack Wing, and I don't know that the Mice and Mystics one's going after it, but it's a game that people really enjoy.
Right.
So, nah. All right, number 26 is also a Star Wars game, debuting on the list for the first time, and that is Imperial Assault.
Very good.
This game is number 11 on Board Game Geek. Mind-boggling with the high Euro preference that's there. That's still pretty high. Here we don't have that. It's quite as much on this list.
Has Armada been on this list already?
No, and Armada is not on this list. I think it's too new yet. It came out at the beginning of this year. Well, so did Roll for the Galaxy, but I don't think it has gotten enough play.
Traction,
It's
yeah,
also a
right.
very expensive game to get into.
Yeah.
Right.
I would not.
And it's just some negative buzz with the high price point and what you get in the box for that price point.
Right.
So
Well, it might, I think, eventually creep on the list a little bit
It
once
might.
some expansions hit.
yeah.
When the Imperial Star Destroyer comes out, it's going to get a resurgence. It really is. All right, number 25 has been on the list for 5 years. Last year was 51, so it's going back up.
Wow.
Started at 17. Sam will be happy. Stone Age. That resource
I'm gonna
collecting
give credit
game.
to Sam on this one. I think the only reason this game was designed.
We're going to get so much garbage from this video. People are going to be like, the Dice Tower guys are so full of themselves.
I'm telling you, I think the only reason the designers designed this game is because you inspired them as a muse in their dreams.
You say I'm a Neanderthal? Is
Yeah,
that
I
what
think
you're
I think this was a backhanded insult,
saying? Yeah,
actually.
it was. And you're calling me a caveman.
No.
You can't back down now. Double down, dude. Double down.
Then yes. Yes!
Stone Age, though, is a very simple, fun game. I'm glad to see it there on the list. All right, number 24 has been on the list for 3 years. Last year was 29, so it keeps moving higher, and that is Suburbia. Suburbia, about a city building game.
Still, because I tend to not be into city building games, but
Falls in the same category for me as Castles of Mad King Ludwig.
So basically, you're just saying you have a bad world view of those games. I really like them, man. Suburbia, I really like.
I don't know. It's interesting. One of my main gripes, and I say it every time, I almost feel like a broken record, but it's just the lack of aesthetic appeal that this game has. It's just ugly when it's on the board. There's no draw.
I guess I have not felt drawn to it whatsoever, honestly. I've not played it. Never crosses my mind until someone says it.
All right. Well, I like it.
People like it, yeah.
But this next game was number 8 last year, dropped down to 23. I think that's probably more where it's going to end up in that range from future years, and that's Eldritch Horror. So it debuted really strong. I don't know why. I mean, maybe people already loved Arkham Horror, so they went in ready to like it.
Yeah.
But Eldritch Horror, I
This game
think,
was a big deal, this announcement of a game that is, I mean, I did not say it's supplanting Arkham Horror, but they were like, here is the next step in this evolution.
Right.
That was a big announcement. I think that part of that made people's eyes kind of glow, you know.
all right. Well, I'm excited about it still. I like the game.
Yeah.
Number 22 has been on the list for 4 years. I believe this is the highest Feld game, and that is Castles of Burgundy.
Well, this is regarded as his most sort of, you know,
Probably.
prized,
It's his most well-known game, I think, maybe. I do like Bruges better.
I've actually not played this one.
Haven't?
I've played a bunch of Feld games. I want to say I've played more than half of them. But I've actually not played this one.
I do not know if you would like it. I don't know if you'd like it either. It's a little heavier than, Bruges and stuff. It's about rolling dice and then using those to taking different pieces and putting them in your grid to get points.
And part of the problem also is that the game looks so uninspiring that
It really is a horrific looking game. Number 21 has been on the list for 5 years. It started at 5. It is now down to 21. It is one of the most famous games in the world, and that is Settlers of Catan.
You mean Catan?
I'm sorry. It is also known as Catan.
Oh, Catan! Yeah. No, I like
Board
that game.
Formerly known.
Yes,
as
it's
Settlers
eventually
of
it'll just
Catan.
be a symbol.
Yes, exactly.
The
We'll
game
go to
formerly
C
known as-
first.
Yes.
C and then something else.
Formerly known as C. Yeah. Catan is if there ever was an evergreen in Euro games, Catan is it.
Yeah, it keeps rearing its ugly head.
But, oh wait, that's actually the last one of this list.
Yes.
Okay, 20 more games. But apparently there are 20 games you guys like better than Catan. I bet if I had these guys write them down, they'd get 10 right, but they would get 10 wrong.
That's
think.
probably about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll find out next time. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I'm Tom Vasel.
Zee Garcia, thank everybody.
Sam Healey.
I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool Stuff, in stock. Check them out at coolstuffinc.com.